I thought I had it all figured out, and I guess I was somewhat wrong. I don't know. It was just okay. And the movie I'm talking about is Send Help, directed by Sam Raimi. I will say, the first hour or so, at least the first hour, was very predictable. Really, most of the movie was very predictable. It borrows so many different elements that we've already seen a million times in other movies. But it was still okay. I don't think I liked it as much as everyone else seems to be gushing over it. But I like the ending. Yeah, the very, very ending. But I will say, I didn't smile. I didn't laugh once. But my theater was eating it up. And this is just another one of those movies where I'm questioning the mental capacity that the people in my audience have. Because none of that shit was funny enough to like make me laugh. It wasn't really funny at all, even though the movie was trying to be funny. But I'm obviously in the minority because, again, it made everyone else laugh. But it's one of those situations where I just feel like everyone who is laughing is stupid. You know, maybe that's being too judgmental or too much of an asshole, but it was one of those situations that it was starting to kind of get frustrating, where I'm like, dude, is this really funny? Like, I was looking around like, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I, like, I don't know. Yeah. As always with plot, I'm going to be pretty vague. I'm not going to say is too much more than what the trailer really spelled out for us, but this crazy autistic lady gets stranded on an island after a plane crash with her egotistical, self-centered boss. Have you seen the movie Misery? I haven't actually seen the movie Misery, but I know enough about the movie Misery to feel like this is kind of a plot ripoff to some extent. And that's as far as I'll go with that, because any more I say could be a spoiler. You know, I'm sure they do things a little differently here and there than Misery, but there are a bunch of moments that, if it wasn't Misery, it was another movie that they were kind of, I don't know. Just going into this, though, based on the trailer, I was like, great, you know, they're gonna butt heads at first, because obviously there's some tension there already. He's gonna continue to be an asshole for a while, you know, but they're gonna learn things about each other that is gonna change their perspectives on each other. You know, maybe they'll learn to be better people overall, and they'll probably end up having to work together to survive on this island. And that's kind of the first hour, and that's kind of the main part of this movie that I did predict. Even though a lot of the other stuff, while I was watching the movie, I was like, okay, well, so there's obviously this one part of the island that somebody doesn't want somebody to go to, so obviously this is going to happen, and then it does. So some of it was kind of predictable as you're watching it, but I still thought it was pretty good. The acting is phenomenal, I'll give them that as well. And also, this isn't really a movie that is like up my alley. I'm not really a survival movie guy. This movie's not, I wouldn't call this movie even horror. People are being like, oh, Sam Raimi has come back to the horror genre. Well, this movie isn't any more horror than Castaway or, you know, watching Survivor on TV. you know, which they reference in this movie. I will say that part was also just a little too neat and pretty. The fact that the lady, I'm already forgetting her name, Janet or some shit, Linda, it was Linda. How before they even get stranded, she's really into Survivor. She wants to be on Survivor. She practices bushcraft and survival shit, reads books about it. So all of that's kind of a walk in the park when they're on the island, which actually plays into kind of some of the deeper themes and things that happen later in the movie, though, in regards to her. But yeah, I don't know. It was an alright movie. Am I ever going to watch this again? No. Am I ever going to buy it? No. But that's just me. This is all just me. This is all obviously my personal opinion, but yeah. I would recommend waiting for streaming. You know, if I could go back in time and tell myself to wait for streaming, I would. But since I seem to be in the minority, I haven't watched a ton of reviews, but I've seen enough reactions to this movie to know that I'm in the minority. So I don't want to really tell anybody watching this not to go to the theater to see it, because you probably will like it more than me. And I did go in with an open mind still. And again, I did think it was an okay movie, so yeah. What else was I gonna say? I'm sure I'll end this video and then remember like 10 things that I was gonna talk about, but yeah. I thought I had it all figured out, but they still threw enough curveballs in there to keep me entertained and leave me not feeling like I wasted my time. Yeah. And so, you know, you can't really argue with that, I guess. Or, you know, it was entertaining. But let me know in the comments if you've seen this movie, Send Help by Sam Raimi, and what you thought about it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.